welcome our expert, Mr. Akshay Kashyap. He is the Managing Director of Green Fuel Energy Solutions Private Limited, a well-known company who is collaborating many projects with Government of India and Delhi administration also. And we have with us Akshay Kashyap, who will be talking on the challenges and emerging technology for CNG vehicles. So I'll not take much time, and I'll request him to kindly start his session. But I also request him to, before starting the session, tell us about the company which he owns and which he manages and which is well known in this region. Sir, please.
Um, Thank you for the introduction, and good afternoon to everyone. I apologize in advance for being a little late. Unfortunately, couldn't be helped, but I will try and cover this session within 1 hour, jo is the mandate given to us. Just to give you an idea, my company today is based out of Manesar in Gurgaon, and we are designing complete CNG systems for vehicles related to buses, trucks, passenger cars, and now we have designed an innovative system for single cylinder gas injection system also. So I know that आप सब IC engine की talk थोड़ा सा look forward कर रहे थे, but I will change that a little bit and first try and explain and address the first challenge of using gas as a fuel in a vehicle is how to store, how to deliver, and then I will come to the engine side. मेरा अपना बैकग्राउंड, मैंने अपनी इंजीनियरिंग, मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग फ्लोरिडा इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी यूएसए से की थी, और मैं 3 साल वहाँ पे काम किया उसके बाद, एंड 2004 में आई रिटर्न टू इंडिया, एंड इन 2006 I started this company. Today we are major suppliers to a lot of the automotive companies. Very quick background, आपने पूछा था इसलिए I would like to introduce. Today about 8 out of 10 cars running on CNG and 8 out of 10 buses running on CNG are supplied by products from our company. Okay, we have about more than 200,000 vehicles, 2 लाख से ज़्यादा गाड़ियाँ जो चल रही हैं उसमें हमने systems या product दिए हैं. Of course, we have all the quality certifications like ISO TS, and we are recently getting our ISO 14001 also. One of the important factors जो कि शायद बहुत इंडस्ट्री में आपको नहीं मिलेगा, but something we decided to do when I came back to India, was that we have to change technology. The technology that was being used in CNG systems was very haphazard and was not up to certain international standards. And therefore, we decided that we will change the technology and supply only those systems. So some of the achievements we made were NGV1 filling valves. I'll talk a little more about that, and certain pressure components. But today our customers, thanks to the technology change, are some of the known OEMs. आपने नाम सुने होंगे: Maruti Suzuki, Tata Motors, Ashok Leyland, JCBL, Swaraj Isuzu, Mahindra, Volvo Eicher, etc. Very quick, this thing that we enjoy a great reputation with all our customers, and they always have kind things to say about us. Sorry? Yeah. I hope everyone can hear me. Yeah. So, so I'm just explaining very quickly that we enjoy a good reputation with our customers, and this is also because we have always stood at the forefront of innovation and have always given solutions to the toughest of challenges. Very quickly, जो मैं आपको बता रहा था, I want to share a case study with all of you, and this case study is related to low floor buses which are running on compressed natural gas. Now, just before I start, मैं समझना चाहता हूँ कि does everybody understand the storage pressure and what is compressed natural gas etc. वरना मैं 2 मिनट थोड़े बेसिक्स भी समझा सकता हूँ. So एक क्विक फीडबैक अगर मिल जाए.
Sir, we can continue. We have to tell, otherwise they will take a lot of time to.
Okay.
Lot of institute is there.
Okay. So compressed natural gas is basically composed of 90% methane. Okay. And we have to compress gas to store it on a vehicle to ensure we get maximum energy density as compared to liquid fuels. In India, the standard for compressing gas is up to 200 bar. Okay, that is the maximum pressure in which you can fill a vehicle. When we started this one project for low floor buses for Delhi Transport Corporation in collaboration with Tata Motors, something very important was given there, which was they want to fill gas in all the cylinders within 7 minutes. However, the amount of gas must enable the vehicle to run 300 kilometers. Okay? Please understand, they did not say how many kilograms of gas. They only said cylinder should be filled within 7 minutes and the vehicle should run 300 kilometers. So it was the first time in the history of this country where a requirement of actually a mass flow rate of filling of gas was required. I'll come to that. But they did not mention how many kgs. Cylinders were on the roof. In many cases, cylinders are mounted on the chassis. Okay? As usual, they wanted a cost-effective solution. Because cylinders were mounted on the roof, you require the cylinders to be isolated for safety reasons. I will discuss more of that in detail. लेकिन कॉस्ट की वजह से हम ऑटोमेटिक आइसोलेशन नहीं यूज कर सकते थे ईच इंडिविजुअल सिलेंडर पे. Yet we had to do a complete safety system for the vehicle. Now please understand, when a range is given which is 300 kilometers, we have to say how many kgs of gas need to be filled in the cylinders to ensure that it will run 300 kilometers. The average of this bus was approximately 3 kilometers to 2.7 kilometers per kg of gas. Okay, how you do 1 liter x kilometers? When you use gas, you say x kgs, x kilometers. So it's kilometers per kg when you're using gas, and it is kilometers per liter when you're using liquid fuel. Okay. So what came out is that we need to fill approximately 100 kgs of gas within 7 minutes on this vehicle for it to run 300 kilometers per one time of fill. Now, why is that a challenge in our scenario? If you see in the previous designs, they were filling about 75 to 84 kilometers in 82 to 84 kgs of gas in 22 or 24 minutes. And here we had to fill 100 kgs of gas in 7 minutes. Okay. Now another important, so what did we do? I will give you a basic background of this thing. Can I get a pointer? Is there a point? Ah, okay. Where is the mouse? Ah, yeah. Ah, acha, laptop mouse. Okay, okay. I'll use that. Okay, just to give you an idea very quickly, अगर आपको दिख रहा है, ये है एक NGV filling receptacle. यहां से जो रेड एरोस जा रहे हैं, the gas is going into this valve, लेकिन ये valve filling के time engine की तरफ बंद रहता है. यहां से गैस ऊपर को जा रही है and it is filling the cylinders from this side and from this side. I will explain to you what is this circuit in the middle, but this is how the gas is flowing on both sides to fill the cylinder bank coming from here. ठीक है जी? Now what happens in this, very important to understand, let me go back to the next slide. When we start filling gas, there is a phenomena which takes place, and that is obviously pressure starts rising. The gas comes for filling in the vehicle when it is at 10 bar or 20 bar, and we have to fill up to 200 bar. So the delta P at the start of filling is very high, but as the pressure difference between filling pressure and the cylinder pressure narrows, the flow rate becomes lower because your delta P is less, correct? But one very important thing that starts happening, and that is that the temperature of the cylinders start going up. As you are compressing gas, the temperature of the cylinders will go higher, right? Because of that temperature going higher, the reading inside the vehicle actually is a slightly false reading. Because if you remember, pressure, temperature, you know, our Charles law, Boyle's law, which we did in school, you know, as the temperature rises, as the pressure rises, the temperature also rises, right? And because of that, you actually get a false pressure reading. वो क्या होता है कि जो डिस्पेंसर 200 kg पे होता है एंड सिलेंडर जब 200 kg के पास आ रहा होता है, तो ये बिकॉज नो टेम्परेचर कॉम्पनसेशन इज देयर, डिस्पेंसर व्हीकल में ऐसे रीड करता है जैसे कि दोनों तरफ 200 बार है, सो इट कट्स ऑफ, इट डज नॉट अलाउ मोर गैस टू कम इन. लेकिन जब वो सिलेंडर्स नॉर्मल टेम्परेचर पे जाते हैं, रूम टेम्परेचर पे, और लेट्स से एट अबाउट 30 डिग्रीज, एक्चुअली उसमें प्रेशर अबाउट 170 बार होता है. This is because of friction losses, because of the temperature rise, and 170 bar पे the mass of gas is lower than that mass of gas which is at 200 bar. 200 बार पे आपको mass of gas ज्यादा मिलेगा, 170, 150, 120 पे mass of gas कम मिलेगा, because obviously compression is lower. In a commercial sense, this is a big problem, and we call it as a term called as underfill. भाई आपको तो 100 kg भरना है गैस का, 100 kg आपका 200 बार पे अचीव होगा x amount of liters of cylinder में, right? लेकिन अगर आपका टेम्परेचर राइज ज्यादा हो रहा है तो आपकी फॉल्स प्रेशर भी ज्यादा होगी, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट जो सेटल्ड प्रेशर और टेम्परेचर आएगा वो लोअर आएगा. सो द क्राइटेरिया हियर इज टू रिड्यूस द टू इंक्रीज द मास फ्लो रेट एंड टू रिड्यूस द अंडरफिल, टू रिड्यूस द टेम्परेचर राइज. अगर टेम्परेचर राइज बहुत रैपिड होगा तो अंडरफिल ज्यादा होगा, अगर टेम्परेचर राइज कम होगा तो अंडरफिल बेटर होगा. And this is very important because one tank is of 80 liters. आप 9 tanks लगाएंगे 80 liters के तो 720 liters water capacity मिलेगा, right? 720 liters water capacity को अगर आप divide by 1000 करेंगे into 0.73, which is the specific gravity of methane, into 200, you will get the maximum amount of kgs of gas that can be filled. So in 720 liters, approximately 108 kgs can be filled if fully filled. But physically, that phenomena is not possible because you will get some underfill. There will be a temperature rise. You cannot avoid that. right? What you can do is design a very good system to minimize the effect of underfill. बिकॉज अगर आपने व्हीकल को अंडरफिल किया तो आपने जो टैंक्स लगाए हैं उनकी कैपेसिटी आपने पूरी यूटिलाइज नहीं की, और जब वो नहीं की तो आपका बैड इंजीनियरिंग हो गया, बिकॉज यू हैव पेड फॉर दैट एंड ऑल. एंड दिस इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट हैपेंड व्हेन टाटा मोटर्स फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम डिजाइन्ड द सिस्टम्स ऑन देयर ओन. उन्होंने 9 सिलेंडर लिए और उन्होंने कहा 108 केजी थियोरेटिकल कैपेसिटी है, प्रैक्टिकल में भी भर जाएगा ये. जब उन्होंने पहली बार फिल किया तो 84 केजीज भरे सिर्फ, और उनको भरना था 100 केजी. तो कॉन्सेप्ट क्या था कि एक और सिलेंडर ऐड कर दो ताकि कैपेसिटी बढ़ा दो तो और केजीज भरेंगे. Whereas what we were able to do, we were able to design a circuit, and I will go back to the circuit. Now please note, in this circuit, this NGV receptacle, we have used the concept of fluid mechanics here. This NGV receptacle जो शुरू में है एंड जो ये ट्यूब है, इनका जो आईडी है, inner diameter, is approximately the same. So therefore we have no choking. अगर आपको फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स का प्रिंसिपल याद है और वेंचुरी सिस्टम याद है, तो जहां चोकिंग होती है वहां पे लोएस्ट फ्लो रेट होता है, फ्लो कंस्ट्रिक्शन होती है, करेक्ट? But we could not use half-inch tube throughout because of cost. Half-inch tube is almost 3 times the cost of quarter-inch tube or 6 mm tube. Yeah. So इधर तक हम हाफ इंच लाए, यहां पे हमने एक ब्रांच करा 2 क्वार्टर इंच लाइंस में, ताकि इधर से भी फिलिंग हो और इधर से भी फिलिंग हो. So what we did was we ensured that throughout this the mass flow rate of gas is not compromised, and by giving minimum amount of bends in the system we could minimize friction losses and therefore control the rise of temperature. Because please remember, when delta P in the beginning in the cylinders is 20 bar and you are 200 bar, your delta P is 180. At that time your flow rate is very high. But as the delta P starts going down, the flow rate also starts coming down, right? The other criteria when you are using gas is safety, especially on the roof. अगर कोई लीक है, कोई गैस है, you should be able to ensure कि gas does not come towards the engine. For that, when the ignition is off, you need to use automatic valve to ensure that the gas remains isolated on the top only. Okay. Usually abroad and everywhere else, they are using, ये जो सिलेंडर्स हैं इन पे एक वाल्व होता है हर सिलेंडर पे. In each cylinder they are using an automatic valve which is connected to the ignition system, okay, to isolate the gas there. We did not have the budget to do that, and this is where India always forces you to think. So we used manual valves which were 30% the cost, and used a mini circuit to isolate the entire bank of cylinders. So what happens when gas flows, it flows only in this direction. But when the ignition is on, the gas flow direction is reversed. From the cylinder, I'm trying to use my mouse, from the cylinder it comes back into the solenoid, over here, 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 and then goes towards the engine. And because the gas always has to flow through the automatic valve on the way back, if your ignition is off, the valve is shut and gas cannot flow. It cannot flow in the opposite direction. And here we use 1, 2, and 3 NRVs. These are known as non-return valves. They only allow flow of gas in one direction and not in the other direction. And that's how we were able to come up with a circuit which ensured the safety and ensured the mass fill time. We were able to fill 103 kgs in 6 minutes, which they could only fill 84 kgs in 7 minutes. Okay. And as with any system, you must conform to certain standards. In natural gas systems, the key standards are ISO 15500 and ECE R110. ECE R110 is a United Nations regulation, and ISO 15500 is an International Standards Organization standards. Anybody looking to get into this field, I encourage you to read both these standards, as they contain a lot of information regarding कि components जो हम use करें इस system में वो कैसे होने चाहिए. जहां components की बात आई, मैंने automatic isolation when engine ignition is off समझाया है. जहां तक components की बात आए, something very important to understand. जब हम safety की बात करते हैं इन systems में, a bonfire test is mandatorily done for all the cylinders. Bonfire test मतलब अगर आग लग जाए व्हीकल में तो सिलेंडर एक्सप्लोड नहीं करना चाहिए. क्यों? अभी मैंने टेम्परेचर प्रेशर रिलेशन की बात की. जैसे जैसे टेम्परेचर राइज होगा, प्रेशर बहुत जल्दी राइज होगा सिलेंडर में. करेक्ट? अगर वो सिलेंडर कंटेन्ड रहेगा तो जो आपका अल्टीमेट टेंसाइल स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ स्टील है वो नीचे आता रहेगा. राइट? बिकॉज ऑफ टेम्परेचर राइज यू विल your steel strength will start coming down, and these are steel cylinders type 1, right? और अगर वो गैस सिलेंडर में कंटेंट रहेगी तो उसका प्रेशर बहुत रैपिडली राइज करेगा. Now just to give you an idea, जब ये टेस्ट होता है, the cylinder reaches 680 degrees in less than 1 minute. That is the kind of rapid rise of temperature. So any system which is sorry okay, any system जो हम सिलेंडर पे यूज करते हैं, we have to ensure that it will empty out the gas before the pressure rises to a level where the steel tank reaches its ultimate tensile strength and therefore may burst and explode and cause loss of life and death. Okay? A very important चीज जो हम सिलेंडर valves में लगाते हैं उन्हें कहते हैं सेफ्टी डिवाइसेस. ये सेफ्टी डिवाइसेस दो टाइप के होते हैं, एक फ्यूजिबल प्लग, एक बर्स्ट डिस्क. ओके? Fusible plug is activated based on temperature and burst disc is activated based on pressure. There are two safety devices, एक जो pressure triggered होता है और दूसरा जो temperature triggered होता है. पुराने डिजाइन्स में जब इंडिया में जो यूज हो रहा था, ये दोनों सेफ्टी डिवाइसेस तो थे, लेकिन ये दोनों सेफ्टी डिवाइसेस एक के पीछे एक थे. तो फ्यूजिबल प्लग होता था, फिर बर्स्ट डिस्क होता था और फिर गैस का प्रेशर. ओके? अब इस डिजाइन में डिसएडवांटेज समझिए. मान लीजिए आपका फायर लगा और टेम्परेचर राइज हो गया, तो फ्यूजिबल प्लग तो मेल्ट होके ओपन हो जाएगा, लेकिन अभी प्रेशर सिलेंडर में उतना राइज नहीं किया है 300 बार, तो आपका बर्स्ट डिस्क तो अभी बर्स्ट ही नहीं हुआ, तो गैस तो अभी भी कंटेन हो गई सिलेंडर में और एक्सप्लोजन का चांस है उसमें. आप समझ रहे हैं? सो द राइट थिंग टू डू इज टू हैव फ्यूजिबल प्लग एंड बर्स्ट डिस्क, बट बोथ मस्ट बी इन पैरेलल. मतलब और डिजाइन होना चाहिए, ईदर फ्यूजिबल प्लग या बर्स्ट डिस्क, दोनों में से कोई भी रिलीज करे तो गैस सिलेंडर से इमीडिएटली रिलीज होनी चाहिए, बिकॉज सिलेंडर मेल्ट हो जाए उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लेकिन अगर सिलेंडर में गैस रह गई तो वो गैस का प्रेशर बढ़ेगा एंड इट विल explode, and explosion, because it releases high amount of energy, will cause major injury. Okay, we will come to that. So this is just an idea, but we also want to ensure कि गैस जब निकल रही है सिलेंडर से वो गैस वहीं पे नहीं रहनी चाहिए, वरना वो ऑक्सीजन के साथ और फायर देगी. सो यू हैव अ वेंटिंग सिस्टम जहां पे हम पाइपिंग यूज करते हैं सारों को एक साथ बैंक करके, और वो पाइपिंग सिस्टम एटमॉस्फेयर में गैस को रिलीज कर देता है. ओके, आई वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट द फिलिंग वाल्व. दिस इज आल्सो अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. व्हेनेवर वी डिजाइन फॉर अ सिस्टम, we must look at a CV value. CV value means flow coefficient, coefficient of flow. It does not have any this thing unit. CV does not have any unit, you just define it. Okay, the CV of your entire system must be as close to the value of the largest orifice, CV, because if your CV anywhere is lower, then you will get a choking point. When you get a choking point, the Joule-Thomson effect will take place and you will get rapid cooling of gas, and you can identify a choking point from looking at outside also. बाहर जहां पे भी ज्यादा आइसिंग दिखे ना आपको, वो एक चोकिंग पॉइंट है, क्योंकि अगर आप अपना जूल थॉमसन इफेक्ट निकालेंगे तो जूल थॉमसन इफेक्ट में कहा जाता है कि whenever there is a rapid expansion, there is rapid cooling, and that cooling you can see on the outside. Okay, so your CV of the entire system must be as close to the highest CV as possible, of the highest component CV. And that's why selection of components and design of system are very key and important features in designing an entire system. It is not just कि आप एक component दूसरा ये वो लेके कर देंगे, your storage system will fail. Okay, so I have now, because I have some limited time, what I have tried to do is I have just given you a very 20% background on how a filling and storage system for a natural gas vehicle must be designed by taking in a case study. Okay, if there are, okay, I'll take questions at the end of the session. Now just to give you an idea जो शायद आप लोगों को ज़्यादा interest करेगा, on the engine side, in alternate fuel technology, there have been lot of advances, and one of the technologies our company possesses is what I call as diesel dual fuel technology. Now diesel dual fuel technology is different from bifuel. Dual fuel का मतलब दोनों fuel एक साथ इंजेक्ट हो रहे हैं सिलेंडर में, दोनों फ्यूल जो भी एक X और Y दोनों एक साथ हो रहे हैं. बाईफ्यूल सिस्टम का मीनिंग है ईदर फ्यूल A और फ्यूल B, तो या तो गैस और पेट्रोल, या तो गैस और जो भी आप करना चाहते हैं, या जो भी, बट डुअल फ्यूल का मतलब है दोनों एक साथ. अब इस टेक्नोलॉजी की खासियत समझते हैं थोड़ा सा. डीजल डुअल फ्यूल का मतलब है कि डीजल इंजन एंड गैस इंजन, मतलब डीजल सिस्टम एंड गैस सिस्टम दोनों साइमल्टेनियसली वर्क कर रहे हैं. You are not converting the diesel engine, which is a CI engine, into first and SI engine. पहले क्या होता था, और अगर आप कोई व्हीकल्स देखें जो सिर्फ सीएनजी पे रन करती हैं, डीजल इंजन को पहले एक स्पार्क इग्निशन इंजेक्शन में, स्पार्क इग्निशन सिस्टम में कन्वर्ट करना पड़ता था. उसकी वजह से आपको पूरा सिलेंडर हेड पिस्टन रीडिजाइन करना पड़ता है बिकॉज कंप्रेशन रेशियो वगैरह के लिए, राइट? बट डुअल फ्यूल सिस्टम में ये एक ऐसा सिस्टम है जब आप अटैच करेंगे डीजल इंजन पे तो वो गाड़ी या वो जनरेटर 100% डीजल पे भी चल सकता है एंड यू कैन सब्स्टिट्यूट अप टू 90% गैस। उससे क्या फायदा होता है, हमें सब्स्टिट्यूशन कर सकते हैं आप इन द रनिंग साइकिल। मतलब अगर 1 लीटर डीजल x किलोमीटर दे रहा था, अब 1 लीटर डीजल प्लस x kg ऑफ गैस आपको 3 टाइम्स द माइलेज देगा, you know, with 1 liter of diesel and some amount of gas. Now let me explain. You are substituting gas in the engine, okay? Depending on the drive cycle of the engine, you may substitute up to 60% or up to 90%. That depends on the driving cycle. But in a stationary engine, like a generator, where the RPM is usually fixed, you can substitute up to 90%. Because वहां पे drive cycle का कोई meaning नहीं है। इस पे करने पे आप CO2 emissions 25% कम कर सकते हैं, कॉस्ट अपनी रिड्यूस कर सकते हैं बिकॉज गैस इज चीपर देन डीजल इन मोस्ट पार्ट्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड। इन इंडिया भी थोड़ा सा पास आ रहा है, राइट? एंड द ब्यूटी ऑफ इट इज you are not changing the base diesel engine. By not changing the base diesel engine, you are avoiding and saving a lot of time on cost and money, on cost and time, because वरना आपको कन्वर्ट करना पड़ता, फिर वो करना पड़ता, फिर वो कैसे परफॉर्म करेगा नहीं करेगा, फिर सीएनजी लगाएंगे। इसमें कोई पावर लॉस नहीं होता कंपेयर्ड टू अ डीजल इंजन। This is the beauty of everything. How it works is very simple. In the intake stroke, you are putting air and gas, not diesel. Okay? When the compression happens, you are putting a little pilot amount of diesel. This is all controlled by the intelligent controller. Okay? This is injection system. Please keep in mind, there's no carburetor. Right? There are mixer systems also you can use, but that is different technology. Here we are using injectors, and in the intake stroke we are putting air and gas mixture. When the compression stroke happens, you are injecting a very nominal amount of diesel. That diesel ignites and it burns the air and gas mixture. You understand? So that is how the stroke is happening in this. And because of that, you are substituting a large amount of diesel with gas. Okay? And here you are not changing the design of pistons, cylinder, etc., etc. Okay? This is all taken care of by the intelligent controller, and the gas system is put in parallel. Okay? This is very different from a monofuel system. The three type of systems really that exist. I spoke about bifuel. I spoke about dual fuel. This is a dual fuel. And one is monofuel. Monofuel means one type of fuel. Right? The design criteria for all three are different. Okay? And the controllers are different. Okay? Let me come to I'll very quickly come. This is very quickly a schematic. If anybody is interested, we can mail you this, right? I don't want to get into details of this schematic, but really it is nothing but a normal CNG system, but there are certain inputs which are extra which we need from the diesel ECU, okay? And therefore we are able to create a dual fuel system. Okay, I believe this system has tremendous potential, especially in those markets where there is, a very high price for diesel and they are power starved. Okay, and in industry, and I'll explain to you. First of all, you're not losing power, etc. So let's say big generators at remote locations where they're oil rigs or mining, they have gas availability, right? If we can substitute those generators to run on gas, right, they will have a lower cost, plus they will save a big problem, and that is transportation of diesel to that place. See, transportation of diesel in India में बहुत problem है. एक तो problem है कि cost increase होता है diesel का, but number 2 is pilferage. अगर आप किसी भी टेलीकॉम टावर वाले से बात करेंगे, वो जो डीजल जनरेटर्स पे टावर चलाते हैं, तो जब वो डीजल आता है उससे पहले तो 25% चोरी हो जाता है, गैस नहीं चोरी हो सकती. So you know, sometimes technology answers practical issues. You understand? And this not only offers the advantage from a use point of view, but it offers an advantage entire supply chain. Yeah? They have better efficiency than spark gas injections, okay, in a diesel dual fuel. Reduction, of course, in NOx emissions and etc. Now, very quickly, I'll come to a monofuel system, and a very challenging monofuel system. Monofuel means, you know, the auto rickshaws in Delhi and all have to run on natural gas, and Bombay and Pune and Hyderabad, they're all running on natural gas. लेकिन आज भी ये सिस्टम कार्बोरेटर पे चल रहे हैं, कार्बोरेटेड सिस्टम पे, क्योंकि emission norm for 3-wheeler is Euro 3, okay? BS3. लेकिन from 2016 we believe the emission norm will be Euro 4. अब इनके पास ऑप्शन रह नहीं जाता but to convert to an EFI, electronic fuel injection. तो गैस सिस्टम भी फ्यूल इंजेक्शन होना चाहिए, राइट? आज की डेट पे अगर आप गैस इंजेक्शन सिस्टम सिंगल सिलेंडर के लिए देखेंगे, वैसे तो एग्जिस्ट करता नहीं, बट अगर आप एक नॉर्मल गाड़ी का सिस्टम लेके उसको सिंगल सिलेंडर बनाएंगे भी, तो उसकी कॉस्ट चली जाएगी अप टू 25,000 रुपीज, जो कि 3-व्हीलर सिस्टम के लिए वायबल नहीं है. प्लस एक ECU बनाना इस मोनोफ्यूल सिस्टम के लिए वर्ल्ड में कहीं एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता. वर्ल्ड में इसलिए नहीं एग्जिस्ट करता क्योंकि ये व्हीकल बड़ी यूनिक है टू द एशियन मार्केट्स. थाईलैंड चले जाएंगे वहां दिख जाएगा, इंडोनेशिया, इंडिया, बांग्लादेश. आप यूरोप जाएंगे तो ये नहीं दिखेगा आपको, या वेस्ट. तो उनके जो ECUs हैं वो वेरी एक्सपेंसिव फॉर यूज इन दिस मार्केट. तो पहला चैलेंज हमने लिया कि हमें अगर एक मोनोफ्यूल सिस्टम सिंगल सिलेंडर इंजेक्शन के लिए बनाना है, तो हमें दोनों हार्डवेयर एंड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक दोनों एड्रेस करना पड़ेगा. तो हमने हार्डवेयर कैसे एड्रेस किया? आई जस्ट टेक यू बैक टू दिस स्लाइड वेरी क्विकली. और आप इसमें देखिए, अगर आप देख सकते हैं, फिल्टर, रेगुलेटर, इसके आगे इंजेक्टर्स वगैरह होंगे, वो जो हमने यहां नहीं दिखाया बिकॉज दैट्स इंजेक्शन सिस्टम. सेंसर, होज, ये सब अलग अलग लगे हुए हैं. अब आप हमारे सिस्टम पे आइए, विच वी हैव नाउ पैटेंटेड. आई एम प्राउड टू से दैट इट इज अ पैटेंटेड सिस्टम. दिस सिस्टम is one single body with injector. You don't need a rail, automatic cutoff, filter, no hose needed, sensor, everything mounted in one body. It is called a modular system. We have reduced the footprint. We have reduced, because in a single cylinder system you don't need that much gas. By going closer to the injector, by getting the regulator closer to the injector, we have increased the response. because ये मैकेनिकल सिस्टम है, अगर आपका होज होगा बीच में तो लैग होगा, थोड़ा स्टार्वेशन होगा. उस वजह से we have called this the injector reducer. So instead of using 4 different components, it's all in one, and because of that, in the hardware side, we have been able to reduce the cost by 40%. which makes a gas. We are the only company in this country and in the world to have this system. It offers many advantages. Many advantages. When you have a CNG system, gas system, you want to reduce number of joints. Why do you want to reduce number of joints? वरना वो लीक कर सकते हैं, जो सेफ्टी कंसर्न है. You want to have an easily maintainable system. अगर आपके बहुत सारे पार्ट्स होंगे तो आपको बहुत सारे पार्ट्स मेंटेन करने पड़ सकते हैं गाड़ी में. कम पार्ट्स मींस कम दिस थिंग. Many parts like fuel rail etc. are not required. Okay. Then came the next big challenge, and this was a really big challenge, and we are still working on the next phase of improvement of making our own ECU. It will be designed, developed entirely in India. Earlier on, all these ECUs come either from Italy or a company like Bosch or Denso. Bosch and Denso etc. are very expensive, as I'm sure everybody knows. And we are making our own ECU for this market, the next development, and we already have an existing ECU. We were able to design a new PCB board, a new layout to cut out all the non-essential functions. Right? I'll just give you an idea. So for example, cooling fan, we don't need that, or an AC output input, you don't need. So this kind of development, if you do anywhere abroad, they'll charge you crores and crores of rupees, right? For us, it costs 40 lakhs. Okay. Because of this, today we have the most innovative system and the only system. And to give you an idea, we are able to sell this system within 10,000 rupees, which was earlier costing 25,000 rupees. So not only have we designed a system, and this system, we've already tested it out and we have some targets, can give 12% better fuel efficiency compared to the existing carbureted system in a three-wheeler. Okay, so we have met the cost targets, we can provide better fuel efficiency, and we have a system which is much simpler. And this is the first principle I learned in my design class in engineering. Keep it simple, silly. We all try and reach a solution through complicated means. My only advice to every person is, please try and reach the simplest way. नाक को ऐसे पकड़ना है ना, तो ऐसे ही पकड़ो, ऐसे मत पकड़ो. Design philosophy works like that. The more you go into simplifying, the better a product you will have. This is my experience. This is what my professor taught me. I graduated in 2000 in engineering. He came and wrote this word on the board, KISS. हमने कहा ये तो बहुत बढ़िया क्लास होगी, right? But it meant keep it simple, silly. That is the design philosophy we have imbibed and we follow. Okay. This is just once again a schematic layout, how it would look for in an engine. ECU क्या है, क्या inputs लेता है, हमारा hardware कहाँ fit आता है, and all that. ठीक है जी? This is just a thought, and I encourage you students, and you know, we maybe can get together with some departments. This is something I want to do. You know, every village, big village has biogas, right? Or they generate waste, home waste. ठीक है जी? अगर हम उस home waste को एक बायोगैस फर्मेंटर में डाल के उसके आगे एक छोटा CBG, compressed biogas plant लगा दें. What does the CBG plant do? It scrubs the methane, because biogas में methane content low होती है, 65 to 70%. We scrub it and we take it to 90%. Now you have, like natural gas, you compress it and you dispense it. And here, let us convert a tractor into dual fuel. It can run on diesel also and on gas also and substitution also. So दिन में आप चलाइए as a tractor, right? और रात को let's use it as a generator. by putting a little inverter. And this is a project that can be very helpful in villages where they are using high amounts of kerosene. You know, वो generator जो चलाते हैं घर के लिए, उसमें बहुत kerosene use करते हैं बिजली के लिए, क्योंकि बिजली होती नहीं, या सोलर सिस्टम यूज करो या कुछ. बट जो एक इक्विपमेंट सारे फार्मर्स के पास होता है वो है ट्रैक्टर. तो अगर हम उसमें डीजल कंजम्पशन रिड्यूस कर दें बाय जस्ट जनरेटिंग कम्युनिटी वेस्ट या बायोगैस जो वो यूज करते ही हैं, राइट, उसको हार्नेस करके ट्रैक्टर को दोनों फ्यूल फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी बना दे, दिन को वो अपना एग्रीकल्चर का काम करे और रात को जनरेटर का. On that note, thank you very much for your time. I hope, well, I have finished in time, so I have 10 minutes to take questions. आपके जो भी questions हैं, please direct it to me. I'll try and answer. अगर नहीं कर पाया, I'll come back to you with an answer, please. So let me take out my pad. My pad is in there. So आपके जो भी questions हो regarding this presentation, please ask me, and I'll attempt to answer them to the best of my ability.
सर ड्यूल फ्यूल में इसकी इंजन कैपेसिटी में या उसकी एफिशिएंसी फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, जैसे डीजल इंजन यूज.
Hello.
I am from YMCA University of Science and Technology, Faridabad.
Yeah, hi.
What is the melting point of physical plug? And under what circumstance it will melt in case of CNG?
Okay, so the fusible, good question. The fusible plug does not melt because of CNG, it melts because of the external fire. Now, the standard says that the fusible plug should go between 110 degrees C plus minus 10 degrees C. So 110 degrees C and the tolerance is plus or minus 10 C. So it becomes 100 to 120 degrees C. That is the fusible plug melting temperature as per international safety standards. And that is why the choice of alloy for the fusible plug, and I didn't go into so many details, but the choice of alloy for the fusible plug is very, very important. That is what separates a good design from a bad design. So, you know, one other advice is never use, you know, lower quality material to reduce cost. Use innovation to reduce cost. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question about the temperature.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, not at all. You were asking something?
वही सेम है ना, डीजल एंड गैस ड्यूल इंजन यूज कर रहे हैं, तो उसकी एफिशिएंसी भी क्या इफेक्ट पड़ेगा?
एफिशिएंसी पे,
इंजन की परफॉर्मेंस पे या कुछ इफेक्ट पड़ेगा?
engine performance in a dual fuel system, the beauty is it is not affected. In fact, if you know, octane number of CNG is very high, right? And because this is a compression system, you are getting the same amount of power, and we can use it from one cylinder engine. And I tell you, there are examples in the world, and they have used it in LNG ships, liquefied natural gas ships. बड़ी बड़ी शिप के 20 सिलेंडर का इंजन भी उन्होंने करा है. I have seen an example of Wärtsilä, which had done a 20 cylinder engine, 1 megawatt. So you can do, okay, economically it may not make, the bigger engines you have, the more sense this system makes economically, because उतना फ्यूल कंजम्पशन ज़्यादा है, जितना ज़्यादा आप गैस सब्स्टिट्यूट करोगे उतनी इकोनॉमिक्स बेटर होंगी. बट टेक्निकली it is possible to do from one cylinder all the way up to 20 cylinders. But a 20 cylinder design will be way more complicated. You will need to use different ECUs, you will need to use different ejectants, all that.
CNG has a 90% methane.
Yes.
So air gas mixture with diesel cause emission,
No.
NOx and other gases. Chemistry change हो जाएगी ना तो उसमें?
नहीं. air plus gas mixture is being injected into the is pushed in the combustion chamber, correct? Diesel is only used as a pilot for the ignition. Okay, so please understand, a base diesel engine की जो emissions होंगी, जब gas burn होगा, तो won't your emissions be better? तो air तो burn होगी, air के बिना तो diesel भी नहीं burn होगा ना? You understand my point? Air के बिना तो combustion ही नहीं होगी. तो air की density तो control करनी ही है, उतनी ही रहनी है, air का amount coming in, right? But now you are substituting the amount of diesel by gas. आप समझ रहे हैं? पहले क्या होता था, एयर डीजल का मिक्सचर कंप्रेस हो रहा है, अब एयर और गैस का हो रहा है. डीजल इज ओनली अ पायलट इन दैट कंप्रेशन स्ट्रोक. इट इग्नाइट्स, जैसे ही वो इग्नाइट करता है, एयर एंड गैस का मिक्सचर कंबस्ट करता है एंड योर वर्क हैपेंस. If you want to know more about it, I'll send you more details. But you know, if there are any specific questions, because I'm not a chemical engineer, I may not be able to answer all. But just to give an idea, compare it to a base diesel engine. And as I told you, the figures are between 70 to 90%. अगर आप गैस से substitute करते हैं, तो up to 25% CO2 reduction मिलेगा. ये documented figures हैं. Depending on engine sizes, drive cycles, they may be varying. That happens. But this is an overall thought process idea.
They are asking for your email containing your presentation.
Sorry?
So they are asking for your email containing your presentation.
Oh, they want to. They want the presentation to be mailed.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, तो वो mail.
Their ID is, it is written right here.
मैं note कर लेता हूँ. me@gni.edu.in.
The next question is, sir, which vehicle use gas and diesel? Any example of that?
In India, the standards for dual fuel are just being ratified by ARAI, Automotive Research Association of India. Okay, we have done, and you know, some people we know, they are running 3,000 trucks on dual fuel in Thailand. Okay, these trucks are 350 horsepower trucks. Okay, and Caterpillar uses this technology in a lot of their generators for mining industry and for oil and gas industry. So it can be used in trucks, in buses, and in stationary genset applications. In fact, it can be used on any diesel engine. Okay, the fact is that your ECU must be versatile. So the current ECU can do from 1 to 6 cylinder. Okay, if we need to go into more cylinders, then the ECU base has to be expanded. Okay, but if you see, the maximum population of generators in India or most is 15 kilowatts. Yeah, and 15 kilowatts is not more than 2 cylinders. Yeah, so I hope that answers your question, that right now in India not, but you will see that in the future. Right now all the vehicles which are running on India and CNG buses and all, they are mono fuel. Okay, so mono fuel in big engines is there, but mono fuel in single cylinder was not there. That is what I've shown you, we have developed.
Sir, in the CNG low floor buses, engine is mounted on the rear side of the bus, but there is a heating problem beside the other advantages. Do you have any idea to get rid of it?
Okay, there are many ideas to get rid of it. This heating problem is because CNG is usually a dry gas. Okay,
Cold gas.
yes, there is, it's dry, it does not have enough lubrication. Okay, usually you are supposed to add the right amount of lubricant. Okay, and there are specialized lubricants available for CNG, because the other problem, just to add on to your question, is that the valve seats wear out very fast because CNG is dry and your vehicle is initially designed for petrol, let's say. those valve seats should be modified to use CNG, or you need to add the correct amount of lubricant, okay, to do that. But you know, this excessive heat generation can be because of many issues. One is what I told you, because it is in general a dry gas, so you need to add lubricant. The other is also calibration. You know, if you're burning a mixture which is too rich or something like it will generate more heat. So I don't think there is one answer on how to get rid of it, but it has to be studied in general. And some engines will give out even more heat, and that is because some places people have used a mixer system on a EFI engine. So obviously the control of fuel is not precise in the engine, and therefore you're getting either a lean or a rich mixture. Yeah.
While like in metro, CNG is not being introduced as an option as alternative.
Okay, that is not true. There are very grand plans the government has, and they have had it for many years actually. The last plan was कि 2013 तक 200 सिटी में CNG इंट्रोड्यूस हो जाएंगे. अनफॉर्चुनेटली आपने सब ने न्यूज में पढ़ा होगा कि हमारी जो इंडियन केजी बेसन से गैस आनी थी रिलायंस के थ्रू, वो गैस उतनी प्रोड्यूस नहीं हो रही है. So because of that, it is a governmental issue, and because of that, we have a shortage of gas. So expansion plans have become little less. However, you know, gas is the fuel of this century. Everybody recognizes that, and I sincerely believe that a situation will change. There are many more cities which have to come on gas. In fact, Chandigarh is to be coming on gas very soon. But because of the shortage of gas and the allocation of gas, this has a little bump has come on the road. But I think that bump should, now with the new government, we all have very high hopes. So let's see.
Gas ignites very easily as compared to a liquid fuel. Will not the gas ignite during compression stroke just before the engine?
No, you have to control the amount of gas going into the engine also.
And ignition temperature
Also-
is high as compared to liquid fuel.
Okay, so किसका क्वेश्चन था? एल परम सिंह. मिस्टर परम सिंह, अगर आप अपना ईमेल, अच्छा,
It is from sir.
कोड दिया हुआ है.
Sir, बनस्थली यूनिवर्सिटी.
अच्छा, तो उनका ईमेल लेके we will answer this question. Okay, because I don't have a direct answer, but there are some technicals in this which we will talk about.
Sir, they have read their email.
Okay, this is the question about the compression stroke, right? एक मिनट जी, मैं अपना आपको what is the temperature of CNG at 200 bar when filled in cylinders, and the temperature? Okay, so that question is a very very interesting question. What is the temperature? You know, unfortunately, the only way we were able to measure the temperature is by putting some temperature sensors on the skin of the cylinder. Skin of the cylinder means on the top of the cylinder. Very difficult to measure the temperature inside the cylinder because, you know, it's an high pressure. You can't dip any temperature sensor inside. So we actually have data, and let me tell you that temperature varies from you know, if it's at night, if it's day, if it's afternoon, etc. But in general, you can say it lies anywhere between 70°C to 85°C. Okay, that is in the cylinder.
Is there any engine working on a shell gas?
On shell gas, or is it shale gas?
Shale gas.
Shale gas. Shale gas is nothing but natural gas. Please understand, all this is natural gas, and when we talk about natural gas, we talk about methane as the main constituent. Okay, shale gas is just where the gas is extracted from. So gas can be extracted from many sources. I spoke about compressed biogas. You can even get it in coal bed methane. जहां कोल बनता है वहां पे मीथेन गैस भी मिलती है. So that is called CBM, coal bed methane. Okay, and shale gas is nothing but gas trapped in the rocks and all, and the technology for extracting it is known as hydrofracking. Okay, well, there is a lot of issue about hydrofracking. It's not very good for the environment and everything, but shale gas is the reason you are seeing the oil prices go down in the world, because for the first time US has started is becoming a net exporter of energy, and because of that the OPEC countries suddenly find their dominance go down. So they have reduced the price, increasing the production, because shale oil is not viable at prices below $80 or $70 a barrel. So if you produce more and the oil price goes down, you will kill the shale industry. Okay, but shale gas is such a boon that US today is meeting all its energy needs for heating, etc., through their own gas, which had never happened in its history. Okay, so engine running on shale gas will be the same as any engine running on natural gas. Yeah.
What is actually the stage of working on hydrogen as fuel?
Oh, very interesting. Hydrogen as a fuel is being commercialized in the world in 2016. The first two companies to launch hydrogen fuel cell vehicles will be Toyota and Daimler. Okay, hydrogen can be used in two forms, but the better form, and which everybody believes is the best form of energy, is in a fuel cell. So you compress hydrogen to 700 bar. Okay, because hydrogen is a lighter molecule compared to natural gas, so you need to compress it more to get the same amount of density, right? So you compress it to 700 bar and then it is put in a fuel cell, highly filtered. And the beauty of a fuel cell car is you can drink the water from the exhaust. The water is so clean that whatever comes out of the exhaust, you can drink it. It's in the form of steam.
There is one center asking for your presentation.
Yeah, I have noted down there are SK70 BNS.
No, it will be there on the my website पर आ जाएगा. No, उसकी जगह.
ठीक है.
How frictional losses are associated with the dual or biofuel engines?
Okay, so we have not done a complete study on the frictional losses on the engine side on this matter, but please understand, you know, I don't know. Okay, so even if you look at a dual fuel engine, please understand we are going to start from a base diesel engine. Okay, we are saying the power, etc., we are not losing in that engine at all, right? So whatever are the friction losses, you see why we don't need to do that is because in CNG, for example, in a dual fuel in a bi-fuel engine, you are losing 10% power. Okay, up to 10-12%. That percentage can be reduced if you use certain better sensing and etc. But due to cost reasons, we say 10% is okay. But in a dual fuel engine, we are not losing, we have not measured the friction losses because we are not losing power. If you want an actual figure, I think we can try and get that data. So let me just frictional losses. Dual fuel. In pipeline from the entry to the cylinder. So please understand, the storage system does not care if it's a dual fuel system or a bi-fuel system. The storage system must be designed keeping the vehicle type in mind. So let's say it's a car. A car only has one cylinder. So you don't need a banking system, right? The isolation can be done on each cylinder because there's only one. But when you come to buses or trucks or something like that, then you need more cylinders because you need more gas to get the range, right? That's where the frictional losses start becoming more. Yeah, so if you ask me, the design of a bus system or something is way more complicated, obviously, than a passenger car. But even in a passenger car system, you will find sometimes that receptacle used has a 4 mm orifice, or 4 mm orifice, and the tube behind they're using is a ½ inch or 3/8 inch, which is just silly because you're wasting your money, right? The lowest orifice, if it's at the entrance only, to flow rate to वैसी choke हो गया आपका. What happens in passenger cars, in frictional losses and etc., sometimes you will see, because of a lot of dirt or anything, the cylinder valve orifice gets choked. When the cylinder valve orifice gets choked, your flow rate reduces, and therefore you see icing on the cylinder valve. So what you should do to avoid frictional losses is, like I said, to have the CV of the entire system, and I'm not talking now orifice size. Okay, orifice size is just one factor in CV, but the CV of the entire system must be consistent. Yeah, if I use a low orifice receptacle and a high size tube, silly. If I do the opposite, also silly design. You must use a consistent design. So you said something about, yeah, okay. So I hope that kind of tells you, and please avoid as many bends as possible. You know, we have this habit of bending the tube. Every bend will cause a frictional loss.
Is there a pressure regulation
Yeah.
of the gas which is given to injector?
Yes,
Or
absolutely.
It's electronic regulation?
No, it's mechanical.
Okay.
Mechanical regulation right now. But when the emissions move to Euro 5, you will have
What is the
electron.
pressure range?
It is from 1 bar to 7 bar to the injected. Yeah, but normally 80% use 2.2 bar, 2 bar. Okay. I have seen systems with higher pressure. I am not a proponent of high pressure systems because I think it's stupid. Because what's happening is they're using saturated petrol injectors for CNG also, and that system you need to inject more gas. Right now, over there, I believe the higher the pressure, your problem will be utilization of pressure from the tank. So you need a delta P, right? If you are injecting at 7 bar, right, then जब वो tank 7 bar पे आएगा उसके बाद तो you can't use it. So you're losing some bars of gas which you could have used, and that many kgs, and therefore compromising the range of the vehicle.
So today we just rely on mechanical system to regulate irrespective of the tank pressure.
Yes.
Good point.
So we are going to make an electronic reducer in India.
I think it would be required.
Yeah, but problem is there is a couple of them in the world, but the costs are very high.
Right.
So we need to make and that's the next project we are doing. That's what I was telling Mr. Pandey when I was in the car with him, Professor Pandey, that we are looking at associating with IIT or somebody to do this project.
Now we please.
Yes. Thank you very much. The presentation.